This episode of the Teen Writing Nook has been brought to you by Caffeine Naps Incorporated. Because why should caffeine wake you up if it can put you to sleep? And make sure you avoid and procrastinate everything for what you think is 30 minutes, but actually is 5 hours. Caffeine Naps Incorporated. Book your next caffeine nap at www.caffeinenapsinc.com. Season 1, Episode 22, The Sensory Palette. This is the Teen Writing Nook. For teen writers, by a teen writer, creativity, not consistency, chaos, not perfection. I'm J.K. Williams, your host, and today I am pumped to be with you all, and I want to start off by apologizing for not posting my podcast episodes for the last 2 weeks. As you know, I am a teen writer, which means I have parents, and my dad was out of town, causing the whole house to go into chaos. My junior brothers were nuts. So that kind of threw off my whole podcasting schedule, and I'm recording this on a random Tuesday, 2 weeks after I should have recorded it. So I'm very sorry, and I will be sure to get some bonus episodes out to make up for now 5 weeks of no episodes. Those bonus episodes will be coming out on September, the first Saturday of September, I think, yeah. I don't know what date that is, but it'll be coming out on the first Saturday of September. Now, today we will be talking about the sensory palette. What it is, how it's helpful, and why it's better for ADHD and neurodivergent writers than it is than normal writing advice when it comes to outlining and world building. Okay. So, when standard advice tells you to build a world, it usually means facts, dates, maps, and rules. But ADHD brains don't really connect with facts first. We connect with the vibe first. Instead of planning political structure in your fantasy city, pick 3 sensory anchors: the smell of ozone, the scrape of rusted iron, and the dim orange lantern light. That's your entire scene right there. You, of course, need to know what your political structure is, but you can kind of figure that out as you go. That's what I've done with Ravens of Time. I figured out the political, the social, the economic structures of this second sorcerer's world within the real world as I went, and that's been more helpful than sitting down and saying, okay, here's my world-building book for Ravens of Time like I've done with other novels. And, I don't want to say pantsed it, because I have an outline, because I don't have just ADHD, I also have autism. But I pantsed it in the sense that I didn't have a huge world-building doc for essentially a new world, right? I came up with it as I went along, and then I started writing it down as I went along instead of planning it all out beforehand, and that was really helpful, and it helped keep me motivated. It also kept me organized that I write it down. Writing it down is always important. You just don't have to write it all down at the start. That's what I'm trying to get at here. So I have a quick tip for you this week. This episode's going to be very quick and short. I'm apologizing for that right now, because I have a lot on my plate. I am currently querying my book, the first book in Ravens of Time, and I have a lot of editing work to do for the other 5 books, so I need to get this done quickly today. So it's going to be short. It was short, really, and this is your quick tip for the week. Create a sensory board before you write a chapter. Pick one sound, one texture, one lighting condition, or just one sensory part. Sensory detail. Not world building, sensory. World building is political structure, economic structure, social structure, sensory, and sensory details like setting. Sensory is simply about the setting, what it feels like, what the vibe is, and what it looks like. Pick one sensory detail. And when you get stuck mid-scene, don't force the plot. Just ground your main character in one of those 3 senses, or any sensory detail, really. It gives your brain an instant dopamine and gets the word count moving again. Stop stressing over lore you'll never use. Focus on what the scenes feel like and let the world build itself around your senses. As you know by now, this is just about wraps things up for this episode. It was short, sweet, concise. It was a bite-sized episode today. I will have a full episode for you next week, and then the week after that, I will not be posting anything because I will be on a family camping trip. So there will not be anything, and there will not be a recovery episode for that week, as there will be for some previous weeks that I missed. But be sure to follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube, or wherever you listen to this podcast, and follow me on Pinterest, and have a great day. This has been the Teen Writing Nook. You're in the Nook, so you should probably be writing. I'm J.K. Williams, signing off. Have a great week. I'll see you in the next one.